guys, welcome back to Avanishville. Today I'm gonna be ranking every single course in the main game of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So this isn't like including DLC, this is just a main game kind of thing. So just the first 12 cups, 48 tracks, 48 courses in total. So this is gonna be a pretty long video. So hope you're ready for this. But without further ado, let's get into it. So at number 48 is the Excitebike Arena from the Egg Cup, which is a good track, falls at 48th place or last place because it is very plain, and while it has many ramps to jump on, that is its only special thing, because like all the tracks in this game have something special, and if not, it's just it just has something. And the rest of the track is just plain and boring. Well, technically the whole track is just covered with ramps. The color, the design wise, I mean, in Mario Kart Deluxe, like since the graphics is good, it looks amazing. But in terms of colors, it doesn't. It's just dirt, like lighter colored dirt, and just grass on the sides, which just and some mud that are like obstacles, I guess, that slow you down. But that's about it. And there's like only a few speed boosts. It's pretty short and it's only 3 laps too, so it's gonna be over pretty quickly. There's no glider section, basically no turns at all except for 2, so that's basically none. So it'll only be doing 6 turns in total. So yeah. So funnily enough, this is the Egg Cup, and Egg Cup was actually the first place in my ranking every single cup in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe video, so that's crazy. At number 47 is Ice Outpost, which I feel like is a big step up over. Even if Excitebike Arena is good, I feel like this is just a big step up. Ice Outpost, which is in the Triforce Cup, so the second to last cup, is in 47th place, and just above Excitebike Arena is an amazing looking course with its main gimmick being 2 different pathways, which helps in dodging items like green shells and red shells, but this gimmick alone will make it the best course in the game, but not the worst. So the main gimmick thing, or main special thing I guess about this track, is that it splits is from the start. It's the yellow track and a green track that splits. So you can either go into yellow track, yellow side, or the green side, and sometimes one is better than the other. I generally just take green for. I just either like the color green more than yellow, or just prefer maybe it's just like better. So I feel like green track is better, like in terms of because I sometimes switch between, like first lap I do green, second lap I do yellow. I just feel like the green side is better for. I feel like, but that is just me. But yeah, that's pretty quick. And number 46 is Mario Circuit. Mario Circuit, and this is the Mario Kart Deluxe Mario Circuit, by the way, not like other games. And this is from the Flower Cup. There's another good track with many twists and turns with 2 different layers, which makes it confusing because it's 2 different layers. As in, you start at the top, right? You go downhill, and then you turn. You just turn, and then it goes up again, and then you turn again. So it's like so the whole shape is an 8, but it's just really confusing. Yeah, which makes it confusing if someone is gonna pass you, or if you're gonna pass someone, or even lap them, which has a bit of challenge of what you have to do next. Like, even though it's not that big of a challenge, like it's a challenge, this being one of the first tracks in the game makes it not as good in terms of difficulty level, because like a lot of things in Mario games are easy, not like everything, but more than half of the things are easy. So the difficult ones, I just feel like are just better. So not being that difficult is kind of bad. I mean, it's still a good track, it's just not difficult. And number 45 is Sweet Canyon, and this again is in the Mushroom Cup. So this is the first cup. This is actually the 3rd race in Mushroom Cup, so I guess kind of later, but yeah. It's a little similar to Ice Outpost because there is a section where there are 2 pathways, but what makes this one significantly better is that not only is this course candy themed, but it doesn't just rely on that section alone, and even has an underwater section and an actual road. Like this image right here, an underwater section that goes into those two tracks, which honestly does pretty good because it's like you can either choose. It's not like you can fall and then land onto the other one, which means you should not be falling. Also, just looks amazing. I mean, even if they're not the best colors in the world, it just looks cool. Like green and red, Christmas colors. It just fits well with the two different layouts. Green and yellow too, but yeah. And number 44 is Water Park. Water Park is another good track, but because this track is the second track you play in the game, it is easy. And while easy makes it good for beginners, once you get good at the game, this course won't be as good as you used to think, which is why this track is this low on this list. So none of these tracks are bad. Like even last place, Excitebike Arena, it isn't bad. It's actually kind of good, honestly. It's just like some of these are like easy and a little boring. And the theme of this track isn't boring. By the way, this is in the Mushroom Cup. The water park theme is pretty good. It's a pretty good idea. It's just that it's easy and it doesn't look as good as the other ones. Other tracks on this list. And number 43 is Thwomp Ruins. And this is another Mushroom Cups. 3 Mushroom Cup tracks in a row. Thwomp Ruins is the last track in the Mushroom Cup. And while I wouldn't say it is the best in the track, best in the cup, there is no means a bad track. It is honestly really good with the neutral colors. The Thwomp's in pretty good positions and walls you can drive on in certain areas with a big glider section at the end and some nice shortcuts. So this a neutral color things really suits Thwomp Ruins because first of all it's ruins. And second of all, because the main focus is Thwomps and Thwomps are neutral colors, just putting the same color for the entire track basically, it just fits well. And the only colorful things are really the anti-gravity thing and the boost panel. And the carts, I guess, that you play with. My number 42 is Shy Guy Falls, which is in the Flower Cup. Is better than the last track in the Mushroom Cup, which is no surprise because Shy Guy Falls looks good, it's fun to play in, and has some amazing stuff it does, like a big glider section at the end, a section where you drive on water, many turns, as well as well-placed boost panels, which makes this track better than Thwomp Ruins. So just overall, the design is better, I feel like. There's more things to do in here. It's just a better in terms of gameplay-wise, too, so just a big win, I guess, to the Flower Cup. Anyway, number 41 is Mario Kart Stadium. It's the first course in the game, and for being the first course in the game, it isn't that bad. And this track does a good job of teaching you the main mechanics: driving, straight, items, turns, boost, panels, gliders, and newly added anti-gravity, as well as shortcuts you can take if you have a mushroom. This track isn't anything fancy, but it doesn't have to be because it does its job well. Because this track is the first track in the game, it doesn't need to do anything special to get a good impression. And while this isn't nowhere near the best, that doesn't mean it's actually a pretty good track for beginners, for anyone learning, because it's not difficult, which I mean is why some of these tracks are behind in this too. But that's the whole point of this track, is to not be difficult, so beginners can be able to learn the main mechanics of the game in like a easy way, so they can get first place, which can make them happy, but also teach them, which is just an amazing way to learn. Honestly, it's just you go straight into it, and it just does its job really well. And this is in the Mushroom Cup, so I put the cup image in the bottom left corner if you haven't noticed. But yeah. Number 40 is Twisted Mansion, which is another Flower Cup track. So a lot of these tracks at the end, they're like in the lower positions are the early tracks. Twisted Mansion is basically a Luigi's Mansion track, with the theme being a haunted mansion focus, with a moving carpet section, some turns, an underwater section with fish bones, a glider section which either leads you to the top or the bottom, and armor with hammers that randomly swing because the armor is controlled by a booze. This track does a good job for a ghostly theme track course. Anyway, so it's for people who really like Luigi's Mansion. This is an amazing track, because like it's the whole focus is Luigi's Mansion, like with the moving carpets going up and down, the fish bones, which I know doesn't make sense, but it also kind of makes sense because fish bones is, I guess, a bone version of Cheeps, and while dry bones are in Luigi's Mansion, fish bones makes more sense because they're in water, and because they just look scarier, which fits the theme. Anyway, 39 is GCN Dry Dry Desert. GCN Dry Dry Desert is a desert-themed course, as the name implies, with pokies as obstacles in the beginning section, a quicksand section where the safest place on the edge is the edge, and a brief underwater section, which makes no sense to have in a dry desert, but it still makes the track fun, because nothing in Mario makes sense anyway. Like, as in not everything doesn't make sense. Like, some stuff do make sense, but since Mario is a video game and he's really a plumber who can be a fire-breathing giant Koopa that's 10 times the size of him anyway. But anyway, the reason why this track is this low is because while the gameplay is fun, like really it's fun, it has some interesting things that has. The aesthetics, like the design of, like as in the look of this track doesn't reflect that same energy. So gameplay-wise, it's pretty good. Like if this track had like a better design, or at least a better design, like more popping up colors would be pretty good too. I would be more appealed to it, and it might still be in this position, but there's a chance it could be higher on this list. But anyway, I'm trying to go this super fast so you can still have your day, but it probably be like over 30 minutes. But anyway, enough about that. This is in the banana cup, which is more, I guess it's like the 6th cup in the game, so I guess it's the halfway point. I mean, if you're going in a straight line, it's like the 8th track, but Nintendo just did something weird, because for the Booster Course Pass, the straight line is the order. But then for the regular game, which is what you play first, by the way, you do the first 4 cups, which is Mushroom Cup, then Flower Cup, then Star Cup, then Special Cup. And then after that, you go to the bottom row, do the first 4 there, which is then Shell Cup, then Banana Cup, then I'm pretty sure Leaf Cup, and then Lightning Cup. So after Banana, it's Lightning Cup, and then Leaf Cup, I think. And then after that, you go up again to do the Egg Cup, and after that you go bottom. So Egg Cup, so what's bottom of Egg Cup, which is the Triforce Cup, and then you go to the top and do the Crossing Cup, and then after you go back to the bottom of the Crossing Cup and do Bell Cup. So it's actually kind of complicated. I guess Nintendo felt kind of stupid then, or did some stupid things back then or something. But anyway, at number 38 is Wii Moo Moo Meadows. Moo Moo Meadows is a course that is also in Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World and Mario Kart Deluxe Moo Moo Meadows. Like, I feel like Mario Kart World's Moo Moo Meadows is just better, honestly. But it's also pretty good in here too. And while this isn't the best looking track or the best track in terms of gameplay, it is still a solid track, with cows being the main obstacle. And the whole theme is a farm theme with slow, pleasant music, which fits the theme. The whole track, while nothing special, still gives you a great time. And this is in the Shell Cup, so I think the one before Banana Cup, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so the Moo Moo Meadows is actually pretty, it's not the best looking track, but actually pretty good looking. With the graphics, this image itself isn't the best graphics. I couldn't find any other image, but it's still pretty good in terms of graphics. Pretty good, like, not graphics, but in terms of like looks. Also, while not the best gameplay, I would still say it's pretty good. And I wouldn't say cows is gonna be the best obstacle. It's kind of easy to dodge, unless you're like on the 3rd lap, because then the cows is basically the only thing on the track itself. But anyway, because they're slow moving creatures, and the carts are fast, it's kind of easy to dodge them. But anyway, it's a pretty good experiment is actually I feel like the experiment passed. Anyway, number 37 is Wildwoods. Wildwoods is a little similar to Moo Moo Meadows with its neutral-like colors. But this is more on the faster side, which I honestly enjoy more because racing is all about speed, and making a track slow makes no sense when you cannot make a track faster. I'm not saying like the actual track is faster; it's just that with the music being faster paced, being more lively, more upbeat, and there's even like boost panels. I mean, obviously, there's, like boost panels in Moo Moo Meadows, but I think there's only one. It's not even at the start. I mean, it's not at the start here. Just at a place where you could go, as opposed to something that you go more often in, like this. This is also more of a forest theme with this dark-like atmosphere, with the water section with speed boost, which shows is fast like paced. Shows it's fast like pace. So anyway, this is in the Crossing Cup. This is Mario Kart Deluxe Original, which is why there's no other thing before the Wildwoods, after 37, number 37. It's actually a pretty good track. Like I said, all these tracks are good. Also, I'm doing this based on I didn't say at the beginning, sorry. But all these tracks, I'm basing them off of design, gameplay, difficulty, yeah. So nothing too special, but yeah. And this isn't super difficult. It is a little difficult at the start than at the end area, but yeah. Number 36 is GBA Cheese Land. This is similar to Dry Dry Desert, except instead of a desert theme, it is cheese themed, but also feels like an actual desert because of the absent water. Like there's literally no water here, opposed to the dry desert supposedly having water, which makes no sense, especially since cheese is a food and food is important like water. So it makes sense to have water in Cheese Land and not have water in a dry desert. But anyway, there are many bumps and sharp turns on this track, which gives this track a bit of difficulty with the glider section, and has chain jumps as an obstacle, which I feel like is better than pokies. Because pokies, while the track itself is smaller than this, which I guess gives it a bit more difficulty, the chain jumps, first of all, look cooler. Also, they're bigger. So if they're on the track, they're pretty much taking the entire track width. I mean, not everything. Like you still have that edge, and because it's around, like not everything, not every part of its surface touches the ground. So there's some part where it's actually a bit above, so you can go under it. But yeah, I just feel like chain jumps are just a bit more difficult obstacle. Even though I feel more for the pokies. Not because I was just doing something stupid or something. Anyway, this is also in the Crossing Cup. It's actually the second track in the Crossing Cup. Yeah. Anyway, number 35 is SNES or SNES Donut Plains 3, and this is in the Banana Cup. Donut Plains 3 seems like a plain track, as in nothing special. I'm not trying to do any pun intended. Or they could just put plains because it's a plane and because it's plain. Or both, yeah. But also a colorful track, like, because the track itself that you're driving on is plain, but the background, I guess, and the rails, I guess, or block rails are colorful as Rainbow Road. Maybe not as shiny, but still colorful. And if you said either of them, you would be correct. While the actual gameplay is nothing special, with some underwater sections, turns, and bridges, the visual design of this course looks colorful, and with that in mind, this course is a great course. Even without that in mind, if you're just doing this based on the actual just gameplay, it's still pretty good, honestly. Like, not anything special, just a few turns, a few straight lines, a few bridges, some water stuff. Nothing too special. Maybe some obstacles I forgot, but... And a great time too, so yeah. Number 34 is GBA Mario Circuit, which is basically, I feel like, the older brother, even though it's newer than to the SNES Donut Plains 3. Mario Circuit on the GBA is a vivid looking track with awesome gameplay. This course is basically the better version of the SNES Donut Plains 3 because while the main track is just a road, this has an anti-gravity section, boost panels, obstacles, and just amazing gameplay, which makes it better than Donut Plains 3. So obstacles, this is better. Boost panels, that basically has 0. Anti-gravity section, 0. A regular road, that has 0. This has something. Better gameplay, this. And this is in the Shell Cup, so that actually comes before. This is actually the second track, and I said this was the main, I would say the most important track in the cup, just because it's Mario, but also because it's just amazing. It's not the best in the cup, but it's pretty good, honestly. Like, even if it's number 34. And in number 33 is DS Cheep Beach. Cheep Beach is is an amazing track with water surrounding the whole track. Duh, because it's a beach. But anyway, many different sections and just looks amazing and colorful. There are many turns, a glider section at the start, many shortcuts, many water sections you can freely go in. It just has many different types of terrain that makes this course really fun. This is also in the Shell Cup. So the starting is just kind of like the boardwalk, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. With like its wooden things. Wooden road, I guess. Or road meant out of wood. And then after the glider section, you land on sand, which makes no sense because how do you ride regular bikes on sand? Especially since it's hard to run on it already. But anyway, it's pretty fun. The gameplay is fun. Pretty memorable too, even if it's only in 33rd place. Yeah, nothing much to say about this track. Number 32 is Dolphin Shoals. The first one that we have on this list that's in the Star Cup. Dolphin Shoals is an awesome course with amazing gameplay and incredible and vivid colors to make this track incredible. The whole track is in water, including the start with an above water section near the end with many different ways to complete laps. This course is overall a wonderful experience. So there's dolphins, like the name suggests, except the dolphins are only at the start for some reason instead of the whole thing. Anyway, if you go into these rings, I guess you get a bit of a speed boost, I'm pretty sure. There's a few turns. Once you go into the underground cave, I guess, cave deep in the, I guess. There's just multiple ways. Either you can go out to the edge with some speed boost, or you can go the straight way, which has a few voids. Like you might be able to fall if you're like kind of bad. I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything. I'm just saying. But if you're pretty good, I guess you could go onto the pipes that have air going upwards that make you go upwards. Also just like this big eel that if you fall down, you don't die or anything, or you fall into a void, you just fall into sand, which just is like, I guess, less interesting. And after that section, you can also jump on the eel many times, the giant eel. And after that, it's the above water section, and after that you go with just like a big turning area. And then after you go back into the water from a glider. Oh yeah, I forgot about the glider. But anyway, yeah. And number 31 is 3DS Piranha Plant Slide. Piranha Plant Slide is basically the way better version of Water Park. I feel like this is now that I think about it, it's kind of like combining Dolphin Shoals and Water Park, because the whole track is going down a water slide, then going underground with mini pipes, has a lot of Piranha Plant obstacles, looks amazing in the Mario Kart Deluxe graphics, and it has so much more, which just makes it a way better track than Water Park. The only reason why I'm saying it's basically the way better version of Water Park is because water slides are supposed to be in water parks. And there's no water slide in the water park, but there's a water slide. In a slide, or a Piranha Plant slide, for some reason, which has water, but I'll take it because it's just better. And this is in the Lightning Cup. This is in the Star Cup. This is in the Lightning Cup. It's pretty good, honestly. It looks pretty amazing in the Mario Kart Deluxe graphics, honestly. Just a fun time, honestly. So many, honestly. Anyway, let's move on to number 30. N64 Toad's Turnpike. Toad's Turnpike is in the Shell Cup. Is what happens if it's a regular night. But for some reason, nobody knows that this is where a race happens, which happens to make this have amazing gameplay. Like, it's literally a figure 8, but all the cars and trucks are obstacles that are moving, and they're cars and trucks, so I guess they move just slower than carts, but guess they move kind of fast, or which makes it a bit harder than regular obstacles to like avoid, I guess, because a regular obstacle doesn't usually move, so you know where to like turn back. So let's say there's mud, right? And mud is an obstacle, so the mud is on the right side, so you can go to the left side, and after that you can go back to the right side if there's something good on the right side but nothing on the left side. Here, if that same thing happens, except the mud is replaced with a gigantic truck or a car. Even a car would be good. Since the car is moving, even if it's moving not as fast as the cart that you're on, probably, actually definitely, but anyway, there's still a chance that you might hit it because you might happen to go to the right a little too early. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, with many wide turns and while driving, that makes this track amazing. Just drinking a bit of water. Anyway, oh my god, so many anyway. Okay, let's just go to the next one. I'm just doing this pretty shortly. And number 29 is Sunshine Airport. Sunshine Airport isn't something you expect would be a Mario Kart track, but it is a track and is amazing. This is also in the Star Cup, by the way, because the whole track takes place in an airport, which with many turns, luggage boxes you need to avoid in the starting section, an airplane you need to get onto, 2 big glider sections, one where you get to see an airplane take off, and so much more. So graphics, like not graphics, but design-wise, amazing. Gameplay, amazing. The short answer, the track is amazing. There's nothing really to say about all these tracks, like, cause all of these are really good. I mean, even if not all of them are amazing, they're still good. And well, good isn't as good as amazing, ironically, but they're acceptable. I mean, I would say Excitebike Arena is at least acceptable because it's just plain. But anyway, how many times am I going to say anyway in this video? Anyway, oh my god. Moving on. Number 28, Bone Dry Dunes, and this is in the special cup for special people. They're really good, like very smart, and they're like good at everything. I'm not trying to be like sarcastic or anything. Anyway, Bone Dry Dunes is a dry bones themed track that is taking place in a desert, which makes sense because it literally says dry, and dunes involve sand, and deserts also have sand, and they're dry. So if you take that, you're basically thinking about a dry desert, like dry desert, and it has a lot of bones in them, which are probably from like dead animals, and in this case, dead Koopas that are also magic. Which makes sense with many turns, shortcuts, and dry bones, and even dry piranha plants as obstacles. This is an awesome track. Not that awesome. Actually pretty good though. And neutral colors, which doesn't make it look amazing even though the gameplay is. So honestly, even with the neutral colors, it still looks pretty good because it's evening, like setting, which makes it like the sunset. And sunsets usually look beautiful, colorful. Like even if it's just warm colors. Yeah, also, I wouldn't say it's neutral, I would just say it's like a lot of like warm colors. Even if the dry aesthetic of the dry bones and the dry piranhas are just like gray, and some of it is just still neutral, but anyway. Oh my god, anyway. Okay, this is in the special cup, and we can just go on to the next one because I have nothing more to say about this one. Number 27 is GCN Baby Park. Baby Park is the smallest track in the entire game, and if you didn't know that, it might be because you never played Mario Kart. It's actually the first track in Crossing Cup. So this is basic, which is why instead of 3 laps, we need to complete 7. And if you thought Excitebike Arena was small, this is basically the same shape as Excitebike Arena. And this is the only time in the game where you have to do more than 3 laps. In my opinion, this is a way better version of Excitebike Arena, which is also a small track, but this does it better. To make it better, the colors on this course is also incredible. So that track, which is very plain, this track, really. So if you think about which one, what's the best at being the small track, this one takes it. Just fun. This one, because you can just lap people and just get hit by stars and bullet bills and like red shells that were not meant for you. That's a lot of exciting stuff happening in a very small, like the smallest track in the game. So that way, and also just the amount of colors in this track. Like, there's a reason why Crossing Cup is literally the most popular video on my channel. It's not just because of Baby Park. Obviously, there's some other tracks at work, but still, there is still amazing stuff in this track. Like, just the lapping, the colors. Like, I know I repeated this before, like just now, but there's nothing more to say. But the things I need to say, they need to be repeated because they might not get into your head, because like this is very small, which means you need to have a big brain, because this is small, because you just need a big brain. I don't know why, but anyway, oh my god, anyway, again. Okay, moving on to number 26, which is N64 Yoshi Valley. Okay, this is a short text. This is in the Leaf Cup. So if you don't know, Yoshi is my favorite character, and you might be surprised because I might be putting this at, because you might be thinking I might put this like at number 1 or number 2, but it's at number 26. So what the hell is going on, you might ask? Well, great question. So while Yoshi Valley is a great track with its main gimmick, which being a pretty big gimmick, being many different paths you can take, some being faster than others. Well, this is a good idea, and Nintendo should try to do this more. The colors and visual design of the course is bland, which is why this course is not near the top. So how is this even connected to Yoshi Valley? Like, I can see green, and there is a Yoshi rock right there, statue, I guess, carving that I just noticed. But it'd be way better to just, instead of putting that, I mean, it would be pretty good to just still keep that. Just make the whole track look green. Or green and red, just make it more vibrant. And even if it's like an evening set, kind of late afternoon set, it still doesn't look as vibrant as Bone Dry Dunes, because it's still kind of not as sunsetting. It's like a little bit close to sunsetting, but still not that close. So it doesn't give that vibrance of the setting sun's warm colors, and it doesn't have Yoshi's colors. It's just plain. I mean, it's a pretty good track, which is why it's almost at the middle of the list. But it's still kind of bland in terms of design. Like, the design as in not the track design, like as in where each person, like the path, like the road and everything, but like the colors and yeah, just that. So moving on to number 25 is Tick-Tock Clock, which doesn't load, but anyway, I'll just replace it with another image in editing software. So Tick-Tock Clock is a clock-themed track with many different moving mechanisms that reflect its clock aesthetics. This is an interesting idea, and with better execution, this could have been better, maybe near the top, but for what it is now, it is good, just not near the top. So this is in the Lightning Cup. Yeah, the Lightning Cup. It's pretty good. Lightning Cup is a pretty good cup. The Tick-Tock Clock is also pretty good. I mean, if it was a bit more colorful, maybe a bit longer, because this track it's a pretty average sized track in this game, but I feel like it's a bit on the lower end of the medium. So I feel like it's a little lower than medium in terms of size. So yeah, so you don't get that much playing time with this guy. Number 24, which is in the middle, GCN Sherbet Land. Sherbet Land is a snow-themed track with many ice-themed obstacles, ice skating Shy Guys, and holes in the ground that leads you to an alternate path, not on ice, but in water for some reason, even though it's snowing outside. The whole aesthetics is incredible, And the colors are really cool colors that make an incredible track, both design wise and gameplay wise. So this is in the Leaf Cup, and these icy obstacles that you see right here in this image, pretty good obstacles. Like I think you get frozen for like the 1 second or something. Pretty good obstacles though, because they're scattered around the whole thing. Yeah. Anyway, number 23 is 3DS DK Jungle, which is in the Banana Cup, duh. So anyway, DK Jungle is a Donkey Kong themed course with trees and other Donkey Kong themed things around the track. The music is also from Donkey Kong, I'm pretty sure. I mean, it sounds kind of Donkey Kong-y. And there is even a giant banana in a section of the course, which is really great because Donkey Kong is a monkey, and monkeys eat bananas. Which is kind of obvious, but anyway. Overall, this track is really good, and Nintendo should make more tracks similar to this, like more Donkey Kong themed, but like from other games. So maybe they could make a Donkey Kong Country, not Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong banana themed Mario Kart track. So it's Donkey Kong themed, but it's also more newer, so a different aesthetic wise too. Because, and if it's still Donkey Kong Bananas takes a whole different approach on Donkey Kong games. So yeah, they should make this more similar. Like even if it shouldn't be. Like, even if it's close to this, like, similar to this, I still wouldn't mind, because Donkey Kong is a great character. Yeah, pretty good character. Kind of dumb, but still. Like, compared to other characters, unless you count Yoshi, by the way. But, still kind of funny, too. Funny looking, pretty strong. Basically, the Knuckles of the Mario universe. Unless you count Bowser, but Bowser's a villain. Anyway... yeah, enough about Donkey Kong. Number 22 is Wii Wario's Gold Mine. Wario's Gold Mine is an underground mining area themed course with the road being minecart rails with many turns, ups and downs, and even a cave with soups in them. Also, some minecarts are not really obstacles. They're just the speed boost thingy. They're not look like speed boosts. Just look like something like some circle thing that when you touch them, you like spin around, and then when you get back to like the straight, like you're straight again, you just get a speed boost. This also shows Wario's greediness and love for money. I mean, I guess Wario is greedy, duh, because he's like a villain in Super Mario Land. No, Super Mario Land 2, the 6 gold coins or something. But yeah. This is all around an amazing track, and this is in the Triforce Cup, the first track in the Triforce Cup, and in my first like in my 100cc playthrough of Triforce Cup in Mario in this channel, I actually played as Bowser, I think, or it could just be the one that I tried to do, but I failed because my recording thing stopped recording because of its storage restraint or something. But anyway, even if that's the case, I tried doing it as Bowser. Or maybe I actually did it. I think I did it as Bowser. Anyway, moving on. Number 21, Wii Grumble Volcano, just in the Lightning Cup. Grumble Volcano is similar to Wario's Gold Mine in terms of colors, but Grumble Volcano is not an underground themed track, but instead is a volcano themed track, as said in literally the title of the track itself, with many different sections. It has fire in different places in the track. After you finish the first lap, and you are in first place, or at least close to first place, parts of the track, like as in like it won't happen. It's not like it won't happen when you're first place. It's just that you'll see it happen if you're in first place. Parts of the track falls down, giving you less space to drive in. This challenge is really good, making this an amazing track. So I wouldn't say it's the most, even if it's like a more difficult obstacle challenge, I guess, more like than an obstacle, I wouldn't say giving you less space is a place to drive. Well, it could be fun. I wouldn't say it's the best thing to do, because honestly, that just removes any shortcuts you could have done. More space. I mean, I guess that's the whole point, so you can have less space, but yeah. We're now at the top 20. And while normally this would come up at the top 10 and stuff, but seeing we literally have 48 tracks, I feel like top 20 would still be pretty good. Anyway, at number 20 is DS Wario Stadium. Wario Stadium is a colorful, dirty themed course. That isn't like it's actually dirty, even if there's mud. With the vibrant colors, even if it's dirty. Yellow and even yellowy dirt, which is what you drive on. With even the, I guess it could be sand or something, like dark sand. With even the brown looking light, like it's like a light colored brown. Probably because it's in daytime, like the sun is reflecting the colors more. The track has boost pedals, fire bars, and even an underwater section, which is just nuts. This is an awesome track that you should definitely play. I have nothing more to say other than the fact that there's so many Wario themed tracks in this game. Like there's two Yoshi themed ones, and Yoshi's more of a main character than Wario, I feel like. Wario has 3, and Bowser has 2 for some reason. And even in one of them, while I feel like it's better than the other, one of them doesn't even feel like a Bowser track. It just feels like a regular track, regular like CD kind of track. I think I'm spoiling, but of what's in this game. But anyway, this is in the Leaf Cup. Well, the other one is in Triforce, I think. Yeah. Number 19 is N64 Royal Raceway. In my opinion, the best track in the Banana Cup. Even better than DK Jungle, I feel like. Royal Raceway is a colorful outside theme. You can see right there how vibrant it looks. With the focus being on Princess Peach with her castle in the background. And even pink trees, which is absolutely nuts. There are many turns, boost panels, and even a glider section near the end, which means this course basically has everything that makes Mario Kart fun. So not every Mario Kart has everything this has. Like this doesn't have anti-gravity. I'm pretty sure it could have. But if it still doesn't, that still means I forgot, which means it's not as major. But anyway, anti-gravity is introduced in this one. Water driving was not introduced in this one. Like underwater driving. It was introduced in Mario Kart 7, which is basically the game before this. And if this is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, all these tracks apply to Mario Kart 8. And Mario Kart Deluxe is basically the same thing as Mario Kart 8. So I would say the game before this, I would still say is Mario Kart 7. This is in the Banana Cup. I think I said this. I think I don't have much to say, so I'm just repeating stuff. Anyway, number 18 is Cloudtop Cruise, which is in the Special Cup for special people again. Special people as in like they're very smart, very good. Cloudtop Cruise is a sky-themed course where the track you drive on is like a giant beanstalk going horizontally instead of vertically. And you also drive on clouds in a lightning-filled area with boost panels, with some lightning hitting the boost panel. So if you're on that boost panel, good luck. This course has a wonderful design and excellent gameplay. So I have nothing more to say. Like this track looks amazing, gameplay-wise is amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. And in Mario Kart 8, the Special Cup is the last main cup of the game. Like before the deal, yeah, because like Mario Kart 8, like Mario Kart Deluxe's main cups is different because out of the 12, it's kind of complicated. So there's 12 cups, right? So in the main game of Mario Kart Deluxe, all 12 of those that you see at the beginning, that you're like without paying extra $25, what you have access to is the entire main game. But then in Mario Kart 8, just like the one that this was a port of, there's only 4, and then the rest of them are just DLC. So yeah, so if you only have Mario Kart 8 and don't have a DLC, I don't think you might understand. Like you only might understand some of it. Anyway, number 17 is 3DS Music Park. Music Park is a music-themed track, with some sections of the track being instruments like the piano, like shown in this image, and with some bounce pads being drums. There are even jumping music instruments in a section that can squish you and make the floor bouncy, making you jump, which makes for a great obstacle. This track also has an excellent design that matches its gameplay. I feel like that's the most best way to describe this one, because the design is music focused and also the gameplay is music focused. So Yeah, this is in the Leaf Cup. Nothing more to say for a lot of these. Number 16 is the best Wario themed track in my opinion in the main game. Pretty sure there's nothing other things in the DLC anyway, so yeah. Mount Wario. Mount Wario is another Wario themed course, and in my opinion, the best one in the game. Because the colors are vibrant, the 3 different sections, which are the 3 different laps, are excellent with the regular snowy section, a water section, and a mountain section, because it's Mount Wario, with a downhill. This is an incredible course that I will be happy to play. So this is in the Star Cup, actually the last cup in the last track in the Star Cup. Really amazing. Does a lot of things good. Actually, everything good. Honestly, like even if you can't drive underwater, at least there is water. Even if it's a snowy place, I don't know why. Some of these places doesn't make sense. Like a snowy place has water in both Sherbet Land and Mount Wario, and there's water in a dry desert. So I guess Mario Kart doesn't make that much sense. I mean, even the most of it makes sense. Now into the top 15. At number 15 is GBA Ribbon Road, which is in the Bell Cup, the last cup in the main game of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and the last DLC cup in Mario Kart 8. Ribbon Road is an interesting idea of a track because the whole track is in a kid's room and the road is wavy and a big section of it is wavy. Why did I put that? Okay, anyway, obstacles are toy versions of Mecha Koopas, meaning they are also small, with many different shortcuts and just a lot of fun to play in. Yeah, there's nothing more to say. Oh, I just noticed, there's a Mario Kart 8 poster in the kid's room. Why not Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Why not just change it? Anyway. And this is from the Game Boy Advance. So why not just put the Game Boy Advance Mario Kart image instead? Anyway, number 14 is the Super Bell Subway. Super Bell Subway is a railroad-themed course similar to Sunshine Airport, but instead of airplanes, there are trains instead, and these trains work as obstacles because most of the race is you driving on the train tracks, and trains occasionally drive through, which acts as obstacles that you need to avoid. And this is also in the Bell Cup. Also, Mario Kart Deluxe Original. Actually nothing to say except it says there number 1 Yoshi Valley. Wait, what? Yoshi Valley as in the track? So I guess just a train that goes to Yoshi Valley, but guess you can watch me play again. I guess I never realized that, even if I read it. So anyway, let's get into the next what's it called? Position. So at number 13 is the SNES or SNES Rainbow Road. The SNES Rainbow Road is the first Rainbow Road ever made by Nintendo. The remake on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe looks absolutely incredible. This is in the Triforce Cup. While this is a Rainbow Road, the reason why this is lower than what you would expect is because the layout of the track is super simple, which is good for beginners, but after some time, the layout will start to be boring. And this is actually one of the more difficult ones. Like, I fell down so many times, which I guess is a good thing in Mario Kart. Mario Kart and in Rainbow Road, especially, but I didn't really find it joyful. Not the fact that I was falling so many times, but because of its layout. Super simple. I don't blame the layout because it's from like the 1980s or like 1990 something. I don't think it's from the 1990s. I think it's from like 1980s. So I wouldn't say the layout is bad per se. I'm just saying that since it's like literally 2026, so that's like about 40 years. 45 years since probably like around 45 years since this Rainbow Road came out, and times have changed because like the Rainbow Roads are starting to look way better. Number 12 is Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is in the Crossing Cup, funnily enough. It's basically a Mario Kart track with a theme based on another game, and in this case, Animal Crossing. The coins make a different sound when collected, with even the coin design fitted with Animal Crossing. and some obstacles and design from Animal Crossing. This track is incredible and it is worth playing. So I feel like the house is in the background, like in the I guess the audience place. Looks like Animal Crossing. I mean, I haven't played any Animal Crossing game. I don't have any Animal Crossing games, like any new games I got. No. And I don't have any videos. Never played in any other person's house, so I don't have. But in the videos, like I've seen very few, very like little. But I feel like this is fitted with Animal Crossing's house design and like everything else. And if it has some Mario Kart elements to it, Mario elements. Anyway, number 11 is Toad Harbor. Funnily enough, this is actually I was looking at the list, the track list, and for some reason, so I was trying to do the from 10, right? So I was like, what? So when I was counting the amount of tracks left that I need to put in, I counted 9. So I was like, wait, what am I missing? And then I realized I was missing Toad Harbor. And funnily enough, I feel like this is a pretty good position for Toad Harbor. It's not like this is any mistake or anything. This is actually a pretty good position. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the most perfect position. And I guess maybe 12th place would be pretty good too. But 11th place is also pretty good. It's switchable with Animal Crossing. This is in the Flower Cup. Toad Harbor, this high on the list, even shocks me because this track is from the Flower Cup, the second cup in the game. But the way Toad Harbor is designed makes it deserve this place. Or 12th place, but anyway. Toad Harbor is basically a normal city with trams as obstacles and also overlooking that sea, as you can see, with boost panels, wall riding, and even shortcuts that make this course excellent. Even the colors used are awesome and perfectly matches the gameplay. So nothing more to say. This track is just incredible, especially since it's like super early on in the game. So yeah, like the difficulty wise, I wouldn't say this is the best. I mean, so I guess if this was just a difficulty thing, Rainbow Roads would be the highest here. All of them, and this would be just one of the lowest. Especially since there's basically no place you can fall except for a beginning area. Like you can slow down, because of objects and maybe get out of bounds, but you can't fall. And in this game, falling out of bounds are different because falling leads to being out of bounds, but not every out of bounds is a fall necessarily. Now we're at top 10. So, I mean, obviously all these tracks are amazing, like I said so many times, but from now on, these tracks will be super amazing. So at number 10 is Electrodrome. So I keep saying Electrodome because every time I see it, I just don't see the R. And now I realized, because when I searched up the image, it said, like, did you mean like Electrodrome? And at first second, I was like, what's the difference between Electrodome and whatever it said, which it looked like Electrodome for me, but anyway, looked at Electrodrome, and I was like, and I looked at Mario Wiki, because that's how I learned, like, know which track is from which cup, and also, it's just Mario Wiki is just an amazing place to look at Mario info, and it also says Electrodrome once I realized, and I was like, wait, what? So I've been saying it wrong this entire time? So I guess that's something new I learned from this project. But anyway, Electrodrome reminds me of Music Park because both of them are colorful and have something to do with music, with this being more of like a DJ kind of like a set instead of like a instrument set. But in my opinion, this track is better because the layout, in my opinion, is better, but also looks better visually, and it kind of reminds me of a less colorful version of Rainbow Road. So while it isn't the hard part isn't what I see from Rainbow Road. Like, it's not even that hard because there's barely any places you can fall because of the rails and everything. It just reminds me of Rainbow Road. Like, it's colorful. It's just not as colorful as Rainbow Road, but it's pretty colorful. It's just pretty amazing. Pretty good. Like a good blast to play. So yeah, this is in the Star Cup. Let's go. At number 9 is Bowser's Castle from the Special Cup. Bowser's Castle is, well, a Bowser themed track which is kind of obvious from this image already, without even looking at the name, with the whole track in his castle, which also is obvious, though you had to see the text. The colors and graphics is able to bring the whole course into life, and gameplay wise, it is wonderful. Around the middle of the track, there is a split path, and in the middle is a giant lava Bowser that punches one of the paths and then alternates, which gives challenge and makes the whole track look amazing. And it's just a big gimmick, but this big gimmick might have just saved the entire Bowser's castle. I mean, without it, it would probably be in a bit of a lower position, even if it is a Bowser's castle. I mean, it's still a pretty good track without it, but this just really steals the cake in all of Bowser's castle. And also, I remember this is like one of the most I fall. So in mirror mode, you know how it's like it's the reverse version. So if you're gonna turn right in the regular 150cc or 100cc, you're gonna turn left, and if you're gonna turn left normally, you turn right. Well, this is a track where at the start where I had to turn right normally, I just keep turning right. I guess I'm just so used to Bowser's castle. Like, I don't fall for this nearly as much in other tracks. Even in the tracks that I played less, like in Booster Cruise Pass, I still don't fall as much for that trick as much as I do in Bowser's castle. I don't know why. I just fall for that trick so many times in Bowser's castle. And it's not even once or twice. I just fell for it so many times I played. Like, either in my house, like in my videos, just for fun in my house, or just in my friend's house. Like, that's just crazy. Anyway, number 8 is Hyrule Circuit, which is in the Triforce Cup. Hyrule Circuit is similar to the Animal Crossing track for one reason. It takes the concept of the theme being from another game that's not part of Mario, but in my opinion, does it better because instead of Animal Crossing themed, it is Legend of Zelda themed. And I know more Legend of Zelda than Animal Crossing, but also I feel like Legend of Zelda is just a better, what's it called? Not genre would be, I guess, type of game in Animal Crossing, but the colors and gameplay is also better too. The coins are rubies like in Legend of Zelda, which is really cool. So unlike the difference between regular coins and Animal Crossing coins, this is really big, and so it's actually way more noticeable, especially if you're in the beginning tracks. Wait, no, not in the beginning tracks. Like, you're like in first place or second place and you get coins normally. Like, you can see that you're holding like not a regular coin, but like a ruby. Wait, I don't think the rubies are the correct one. Or there could be rubies, but like green rubies instead. I don't know what it would be called. But anyway, it's like a type of gem, I guess. Number 7 is 3DS Neo Bowser City. Neo Bowser City is another Bowser theme course, which I was talking about earlier in the video. But I feel like design-wise and gameplay-wise, it is better than Bowser's Castle. The setting is that it is nighttime and it's raining. And because it is raining, it is easier to fall off the track. And what makes this even easier is because of the sharp turns that can trick beginner players and can even sometimes trick good players like me. I'm a very good player, by the way. And that difficulty and the gameplay got this track to be in 7th place overall. And this is in the Bell Cup, so actually this is the first track in the last cup in the game. So that's cool. So the design is amazing. Gameplay wise, amazing. Difficulty, not the most difficult, but certainly not the least difficult, because there's many places to fall, even with the railings, because of like the turnings and the raining and stuff. Just an overall blast. This also kind of reminds me of Rainbow Road. But anyway, number 6 is GCN Yoshi Circuit. Yoshi might be my favorite character in the entire Mario universe, but that is not the reason why this course is ranked so high. This is an egg cup, by the way. Egg cup, as like it's an egg from Yoshi. But anyway, the design of the track is incredible because not only is its colors vibrant and fits well for a Yoshi themed track, but the entire track is shaped as Yoshi, if you didn't see in this image, which is incredible. But Nintendo hasn't done anything like this since, which is sad. There are many turns and even now has shortcuts and Piranha planes as obstacles. So what really makes me sad is that they did this to my favorite character, which is good and awesome. I don't think I've seen any other track that does something similar to this. Like maybe they could put like like a Luigi shape for like they haven't even done a Luigi themed track. Like the closest they did was a Daisy circuit. And because you see Daisy and Luigi dancing together like as a statue, not like them live, but like as a statue, and that's literally the closest there is to a Luigi circuit. Like they should make a Luigi circuit. Maybe it's not in the Mario Kart games that I played. In the Mario Kart games I played is only two: Mario Kart World and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And maybe there was a Luigi circuit in the past games, but I feel like if there was, they should bring it back. Maybe like do like in the next Mario Kart game or Mario Kart World DLC if they had some like DLC like no other than the knockout rallies, just like new tracks for the regular Grand Prix and versus race modes. But yeah, overall pretty good track. So now I'm entering the top 5, and what better way to enter the top 5 and start with the top 5 than with Rainbow Road. The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Rainbow Road might not be the best Rainbow Road ever by any means, but it is still an amazing track that lives up to Rainbow Road, being difficult and looks amazing visually. While this Rainbow Road doesn't have as much of the Rainbow Road as other ones, but that is because this track is going for a different type of theme. So all Rainbow Roads are in space, but this one being a space station themed. This is why this is whole area section where there's not even any type of rainbow in it. It's just a space station kind of thing, like a lot of gray. This track has many sharp turns and a dangerous boost panel area where it's a risk and reward kind of system. Overall, this Rainbow Road is a blast. So this is in the Special Cup, the last track in the Special Cup, and you can actually see the dangerous boost panel section or area right here in this image. You can't see every single boost panel, but you can see 2 of them, and they're literally right at the edge, which means, if you have smart steering on, no problem, but smart steering off, definitely problem, unless you're really good. Super, super, super duper good. Because I've fallen out of bounds, like, to my death, I guess, if this was real life, many times because of these boost panels. Like, I've tried so many times, but, yeah. Number 4 is also Rainbow Road. N64 Rainbow Road, actually. 2 Rainbow Roads next to each other is crazy, but that's because both of these are really good, with this one being a little better in my opinion, because of the overall design and laps being divided into 3 sections. And while it isn't as difficult as other Rainbow Roads, because this course has some rails spread around the track, this track is still amazing with many short turns, speed boosts, and that can make you fall down, and just looks amazing. And this is in the Lightning Cup. So while Rainbow Road is difficult, and this is more on the easier side in terms of Rainbow Road, for beginners this could still be pretty hard. Also looks amazing. I feel like this is the best Rainbow Road in the main game. Yeah, I think you can tell. But also because it is as in like both gameplay wise, I feel like 9 difficulty might be going to the Mario Kart Deluxe Rainbow Road. But also, I feel like it has the best rainbow texture, I feel like. But anyway, I'm going to the top 3 now. So now these are going to be basically the best tracks in Mario Kart Deluxe main game. Like not including, because some of these might not be in top 3 if you include DLC. But that doesn't mean that that still means that these are basically pretty good tracks. They're probably going to be in top 5. So, number 3 is Dragon Driftway. Dragon Driftway is in the Egg Cup, and like I said, Egg Cup is, in my opinion, the best cup in the entire game. As the name suggests, it's a track full of turns, therefore many areas to drift. The whole track is connected to a fake dragon head, which is from the Gobblegut boss fight Super Mario Galaxy 2. That's a pretty good nod to both, since there's barely any dragons in Mario Kart games. Like this Gobblegut and a Fiery Gobblegut in Super Mario Galaxy 2, like boss fights. Lord of Lightning in Super Mario Odyssey. And now this. So there's like about only 4 dragons so far. And I would say it's more like 3 because like this is the same dragon as one of the dragons in Super Mario Galaxy 2. But anyway, the whole Chinese style and music as well as the gameplay really matches with the dragon theme. And overall this is a wonderful track. So while I would say the Chinese style and music does fit the dragon theme, I would say the gameplay does, because like you go into a dragon but that's about it. But it's still pretty good, honestly. It's pretty wonderful. And the gameplay, absolutely amazing. Music, really good. Design, awesome. One of the best designs in the entire Mario Kart industry. They should hire whoever did this, or if they're fired, they probably didn't get fired because like this level of design is awesome. And if they're still there, which they probably are, Nintendo should give them a promotion or something if they haven't gotten one already. But anyway, number 2 is Mute City. Mute City is the last track in the Egg Cup, and in my opinion, the second best track in the entire game based on F-Zero. The whole track looks good and has incredible gameplay. There are many speed boosts at the start, giving the whole course a really fast vibe. And there are these pink purple panels that give you coins, which is good because the coins boost your speed. There are also many turns and shortcuts that make this an awesome track. So in these last few tracks, top 5, a lot of places to drift. Even if not all of them are Driftway, so many turns equals so many drifts. So this looks amazing. Kind of reminds me of Rainbow Road, except definitely less colorful, but still looks pretty good. Gameplay wise, better than all the Rainbow Roads in the main game of Mario Kart Deluxe. And overall, just a blast. And if you know every single track in this game, then you probably know what number 1 is because you've seen every single track already except for one. And if you don't know, well, looks like you're gonna find out. And number 1, the best track in my opinion in the main game of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is Big Blue. Big Blue is also another F-Zero track and is similar to Mute City, except in my opinion, this course is a little better. So this is actually the last track in the last cup in the main game. So this is actually a really amazing way to finish this awesome game off. Because the design looks better and the track is divided into 3 different sections, making it seem longer, but actually isn't because we do 3 laps in that straight line. So this overall is longer, takes longer than Mute City because it's technically a big straight line, but it doesn't feel like a straight line because there's so many turns, so many places to drift, so many speed boosts, so many of those getting coins strips, I guess. So many like different things. Even a glider section has a water section, a glider section, and just an overall amazing way of finishing an amazing game. So this is pretty much every single thing that is in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, all in one track. Like even if there's no underwater gameplay, there is still water that you can drive on, and that is just an amazing way to finish off an amazing game. Like I said again, but I have to repeat this because Big Blue is my favorite track in the main game of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and is just super amazing. Thank you. So yeah, thanks for watching. This video is super long, I know. Also took super long to make, just typing all this and also finding all this stuff, by the way, and these images. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, as I'd really appreciate it. Also, please share this video with your friends and family, as I'll get more views and potentially more subscribers. But more importantly, more people would enjoy my videos. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.